Thanks for tuning in to the Vegan Shaman. I'm your host, Rich Rees. Now follow me on a vegetable awakening. So today we're going to make a favorite staple of mine, roasted sweet potatoes, roasted marinated tofu, and vegan pesto. So in all, this whole thing can be done in about 45 minutes.
Amazing. And then the eating?
The eating part takes about 4 seconds. So what are you doing here anyway?
You invited me.
Oh, right. This is my good friend and guest on the show, Zachary Zmed. And he's graciously given me his time.
Well, you're cooking for me. This is amazing. You know, I'm the drifter just passing through Ashland, so.
Well, you're taking time off of tour to come here and be part of the pilot episode.
So I'm taking so much time off.
What do you do anyway?
Well, I'm a musician.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, with my brother.
Fabulous musician, by the way.
Oh, God.
And I believe you're going to
I didn't realize this was going to be a stroke
play a
fest.
song for us while the meal's cooking.
Oh, God. Of course. I'd be happy to.
It is a stroke fest.
Well, I'll do whatever for these meals.
It's always a stroke fest when you're here. This nutritious meal will not give you a stroke.
We need to stop mentioning strokes.
All right. All right, we'll get started.
Oh, what is that? What is that?
Don't worry about it. It's good for you.
Oh, it's burning my eyes.
Okay. It's rose water, Chief.
Oh,
it's good for you.
It does smell good.
It's high vibe, babe. We're going to prep the sweet potato. Zach, would you hand me a sweet potato over there?
Where do we get all the protein in this meal from?
All plants have protein. There's going to be plenty of protein in this meal. Plant protein, which is much better for you than animal protein. Okay. All right, so we're going to start with the sweet potato here. First thing we're going to do is we're going to cube it. Pretty rudimentary style here, nice and rough.
That looks good.
Okay, does that look good? Now you've had this meal many times, Zach, but you probably have no idea how I prepare it, do you?
Don't care.
No, you don't care, do you? I don't think so. You're always off noodling on the guitar, not really paying attention. But as soon as the food's ready, I mean, you're the first one there. So, yeah, that's all that matters. So, Zach, where are you from originally?
Originally from Los Angeles. I was born in Santa Monica.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm from LA too.
Oh, really? Where were you born?
I was born in Encino.
Oh, wow.
That's the heart of the valley.
That's where Johnny Carson lived.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's where the whole Valley Girl movement started. You know, like totally.
Like, whatever.
Like, this is so boss.
Did you ever see Encino Man?
I did see Encino Man.
Did you like that movie?
No. Okay, I must say, I don't measure my ingredients. I work completely off of feel. That's why it's always a little different. Yeah. The main thing is to put love and intention.
You want to give everybody a unique experience.
I really do.
Yeah.
So no two meals are the same, but they're roughly close. So anyway, we're gonna coat this with some olive oil. So we want to just drizzle some in there, not too much, because olive oil is very caloric. And for those of you that are cutting down on calories, we want a tablespoon or two of olive oil should do it. Now I have some nice salt here that I got when I was in France, actually. A couple pinches of salt, just like that. And you could also adjust, you know, to taste if you like a little more salt or a little less. And we want to put some fresh ground black pepper.
So far, I can do this.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm not going to, but
I didn't think so.
So far I can.
We also have some garlic powder. So we're going to put a little garlic powder in there.
How much?
You know, just, a couple shakes of the garlic powder. And then what you want to do is you want to get your hands in there, okay? So make sure you wash them.
Okay, good.
Make sure you wash them. Now, I was playing with the cat earlier, but if there's any hairs in here, just don't worry about it. You want to give that a nice coating there. Oops.
Oh.
You didn't see that. The shaman doesn't make mistakes like that.
The shaman doesn't make mistakes.
Okay, so we have some nice coated sweet potatoes. We're also going to have, as I mentioned, roasted tofu. Now, it's best to buy the extra firm tofu, and you want to always make sure that your tofu is organic.
Because?
Well, if it's not organic, chances are it's GMO.
And what happens if you eat
genetic
GMO?
Modified organisms.
What happens?
Well, we don't know exactly. That's the thing.
We don't know.
But we know, I know, it's not good for you.
Okay.
I just know. Trust me, brother. It's not what you want. So we have some nice organic tofu.
That is a good looking piece of tofu. Let me tell you.
Tofu is good on its own, but it's much better marinated because it will adapt the flavor of what you marinated in.
Okay, so it's a carrier.
It is a carrier.
Gotcha.
We're gonna cube this bad boy up right here. See? See how I did that?
Yeah.
Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna carefully put this into the mixing bowl.
This is a separate bowl.
This is a separate bowl. We're doing the potatoes in one bowl and the tofu in another bowl entirely.
Gotcha. All right, so
Okay.
what's next?
Okay, now what's next is we are going to do basically the same thing. We're gonna use a little olive oil. We're gonna just
It's highly caloric though.
It's highly caloric, but you know, this is a good fat. Olive oil is a good fat. So you know, used in moderation. Pinch of salt. I like to use the French salt because you know, the French are super cool. So with the tofu we drizzled some olive oil, pinch of salt, some ground pepper. We're gonna put some nutritional yeast in this. Zach, do you know what nutritional yeast is?
Yeah, some people call it noosh. Why do they call it noosh?
Well, I've never heard that. Who made that up? So we're gonna sprinkle some nutritional yeast in here, which is a beautiful deactivated yeast, if you don't know what it is, and it's very high in B12. All right.
Let's squeeze an entire lime.
We're gonna put a whole lime in here.
Okay.
I do suggest you buy a squeezing mechanism like so,
Yeah,
because it'll
pretty-
save your hands.
Pretty helpful.
We are gonna get in this bowl and we're gonna carefully, because the tofu
Mix it
will
up.
come apart if you're not careful. Okay, so we're gonna just give that a nice mix. Now let's let that marinate while the oven heats up. We are gonna make a vegan pesto.
Be still in my heart.
Okay, so why don't we grab the blender? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a handful of basil in the blender, and I like to mix it with cilantro.
That's new.
Okay, basil and cilantro, and I don't know if you know this or not, but cilantro will actually remove mercury from the body. It binds to the cilantro, and then you eliminate it. We put these in the blender, and then we're gonna take 2 garlic cloves. Hope you like it garlicky. Okay, so we have our garlic. We have 2 cloves of garlic, which we're gonna add to the blender. Okay.
So do you use pine nuts?
Typically in a pesto, yeah, you would use pine nuts, but in my version, I'm gonna use walnuts.
Why?
I prefer the taste of walnuts. I think they're more nutritionally dense than pine nuts.
Okay.
And I just like the flavor. I think it's quite unique, actually. So I'm gonna add I usually do a handful of walnuts, but you see it's in a 1 cup measurement here. So I'm just gonna pour those bad boys in there.
Looks good.
We're going to put a pinch of salt, okay? We're gonna do some ground pepper. For even more protein and more nutritional value, we're gonna add some hemp seeds.
These will not get you high.
These will not get you high.
Okay.
No, these are just hemp.
So there's no THC in it.
They're very high in omega-3, high in protein, and they add a buttery texture and flavor to the pesto, which you wouldn't normally get in a regular pesto.
What in the world are you going to use to replace the cheese?
The good old noosh.
So noosh is something.
Noosh is like cheese.
You use that term, noosh.
We're gonna put a little dash of noosh in there.
That's it?
You know, you can adjust it to your taste. We're gonna squeeze a lemon in here. I like to use a whole lemon. Lastly, we're gonna drizzle some olive oil in. Again, we're not gonna measure.
Really?
We're just gonna drizzle, and what you can do is we're gonna put some in to just initially get it going.
Cooking.
And then we can add more olive oil as...
Oh, so you are liberal with the olive oil.
Pretty liberal, so that it gets a good mix there.
All right.
Okay? Let's see, this is the first run, so we'll see how it tastes. That's pretty good. All right, so these are gonna go to the oven now.
Beautiful.
The oven is preheated to 400.
You just put it in those bowls you put it in there?
No, actually, what we're gonna do here is we're going to put these into my favorite type of cooking vessel, the cast iron skillet. We're gonna pour the tofu. Now listen to the sizzle.
Pour it in while it's in there, so you leave that cast iron in there.
Oh yeah, I put the cast iron in. I put them in while the oven is preheating.
That's a trick.
Well, you get that nice sizzle when you pour it in.
Yeah, that is a nice trick.
And it's going to assist in the caramelization.
You didn't tell the people at home that you're a trickster.
I am a trickster. Put in the potatoes here.
So the same thing with the potato cast iron.
Give it a nice sizzle. You hear that sizzle? When you put it in, that's what you want.
Yeah. So now you've got the pesto done. Everything's in the oven. What now? Do we drink? Do we?
Well, Zach, while that's cooking, would you play a song for us?
Sure. There's instruments here. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Let me do that.
Thank you very much.
Come with me, my love, to the sea of love. I wanna tell you how much I love you. Do you remember when we met? That was the day I knew you were my pet. I wanna tell you how much I love you. Come with me to the sea of love. Do you remember when we met? That was the day I knew you were my pet. I want to tell you how much I love you.
It's time to check on the meal here. Should be about done. 30 to 35 minutes. Oh, look at that. Look at that color. Look at that color. Nice bright orange.
Oh yeah?
Let's serve a plate up for Zach here.
Oh great.
Look at that. See, the consistency we're going for on the tofu is crispy on the outside, but still a bit spongy and soft on the inside. That is the perfect consistency. Okay. We're going to put a little pesto on the side here,
Fantastic.
and then some avocado for garnishing.
That looks fantastic, Reg.
Here you go, my friend.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Thank you. And this. I love it. This is one of my favorite things you make.
Thank you for spending your time with the Vegan Shaman. I'm your host, Rich Rees, and thank you for being here. Namaste.